Hello, can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me? Somebody say hello. There's like three, four people watching, and no one is talking. Do we all have the the syncopation book and stick control book today? Yes, no, hello. Somebody help me out, please. I'm not going to start teaching until I have some interaction here. okay. Hello? Somebody. Hey, Bunga. Okay, syncopation book. The first exercise I want to do, I want to go to page, let's say, let's see, page 30. That's lesson 12. We all have that? The syncopation book. Now, well, this exercise stems from the stick control book, one of the formulas. What I'm going to be doing, underlining, we're playing constantly 16th note singles, right hand lead. 1 E, M, 2 E, M, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, when I look at the stick control book, it's written as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If I eliminate the lefts, I just have the rights, which would fall on 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to play this underneath 1 E and 2. And I'm going to look at the stick control book and I'm going to eliminate the lefts and I'm going to play just the rights as accents. 1 E and 2 as a reference. On 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and 2. 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E. I go to line 2. All the rights fall on the ands. So I have 1 E and 2. Now I'm going to play all accents on the ands. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now I'm going to put the metronome on the temp. I don't know. Let's say 140. We'll do single strokes. 2 measures with the accent on the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 2 measures with the accents on just the ands. Okay, so here we go. 16th notes. 1. Okay. Now, any questions with that so far? Everybody understand that? Now we're going to go on to line 3. On line 3, if I eliminate the lefts, I have the rights that fall on 1 and 3 and. So when I'm playing the 16ths, 1 E and 2, I'm going to play 1 and 3 and as accents. 1 E and 2. There you go. 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. So I'm going to play line 1, line 2, line 3. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, zap. 2 measures. That was 3. Now, would anybody like me to slow that down and break it down somewhat with the level system? If not, I'll go to line 4. Line 4, the rights fall on 2 and 4 and. So when I'm playing singles, 16th notes, I'm going to play an accent on the count of 2 and the count of 4 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1. When I get to line 5, which is the paradiddle sticking, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's what it writes 4, and underneath we have, excuse me, 1 and the 2, 3, 4. So we're playing the accent on the 1, 2 and the end of 3. There we go. So I'm going to do line 1 through 5. Let's try 140. Let's slow it down a little bit. Let's go to 130. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. Okay, gentlemen, any questions on that? Now, with that concept or that approach, we could do the syncopation book. Let's go to page 30, line 1. The first thing we need to do is understand how to read it. Now, there's a couple different ways to read this: straight up and down, cut time, or swung. We're going to read this right now as straight up and down. I'll play it with one hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now, I'm going to play the 16th notes on the bottom. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3 E and the 4 E and. And this is telling me I'm going to put an accent on the and of 1, an accent on 2, 3, 4. Like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay. Line number 2, page 30, lesson 12. Straight up and down. One hand I'm going to play. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now underlining, I'm playing the 16th notes. 1 E and the 2 E and the 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, let's go to another page. There's a lot of 8th notes there. Let's go to 31. Line 13. Do you have any questions so far, gentlemen? Now, all I'm doing is the right hand lead. Let's go backward a little bit, back to the stick control book. And this time, we're going to do the accents with the left hand. The first line we were referencing off the page has all the rights with equal accents. And that was a right hand lead. Same interpretation of the stick control book, but however, this time we're going to do a left hand lead, starting with the left. 1 E and I'm going to accent the 1, 2, 3, 4. 3E and the 4E and the 1E and the 2E and the 3E and 4E and the 1E and the 2, 3, 4. Now go to line 2 the same way. We're going to accent now. We're referencing off the page, this line rather. All R's will become the accent. So line 2 again is telling me on the count of the ands, all the accents will be played. And this time it's with a left hand lead. 1 E and 2. Here we go. 3, 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Okay, now let's do line 1, line 2, left hand lead. So we're equalizing the right side and we're equalizing the left side. Now there's a way to do this with turnarounds. Does everybody here understand what a turnaround is? Please, somebody say something. Okay. What I'm doing is I'm taking this, do the first line with a turnaround. It's telling me the first line we're accenting 1E and the 2E and the 3E and 4E and the 1E and the 2E. I just put a turnaround in there. On the count of the 4E and I'm going to use a diddle. 1E and it's right hand lead. 4E and now left. 2, 3, 4. Do we all understand that? How you doing? I'm glad to see somebody's here. Nobody's interacting. I don't understand. Do we all understand what a turnaround is, gentlemen? All right, do we all understand what a turnaround is? Turnaround, 1E and the 2, it's the right hand lead. Now if I want to do one measure right hand lead, and then the second measure I want to do left hand lead, what's going to happen without disrupting it, I need to make a little bit of a change there. So we have line 1, 1E and the 2E, paradiddle. I got into these turnarounds because I was doing single strokes with the accents, referencing from the stick control book. I want to reference today from, I'm always into the stick control book, and I want to do the syncopation book, all right, which is one of the greatest books ever written. I get into a lot of trouble when I make this next statement. I really feel that the syncopation book, the way it's written surfacely, is the stick control book. Let me explain. If I said to everyone, I'm gonna do line, was that page 31, line 1, as written. I'm gonna explain why I think this way. Okay? When I play line 1, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, I just alternated the strokes and I played what was written there for the first measure. Now if I say, play the first measure again, but just with the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, I play the same thing but with one hand. Now I'm going to say, okay, play that again in the blank spots for making the line linear as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and fill in the blanks with the left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's a sticking pattern from the stick control book. I mean, it's there. The stick control book, the skeletons are all over the place when you're playing whatever you're playing. So everybody should have the stick control book. But anyway, I want to play the accents now with a reading. Is everybody on page 31 of the syncopation book? We all have that, gentlemen? Page 31. 1. And I'm going to read the first line. And then I'm going to interpret that first line as underneath 16ths, and I'm going to play what's written as the accents on top of the 16ths. So I'm going to play the first 4 measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now, I'm just interpreting that straight up and down. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play 16ths, and I'm going to look at that line, and whatever's there is where the accents are going to be. 1 again, the 2. You all understand that, gentlemen? Come on, computer. Okay. Do we understand that? Again, line 1, page 31. 16ths on the bottom. 1, 2. Now that's a couple of different ways to read this. All right. Now let's go to the second one. Obviously, the first thing you need to do is understand how to read it straight up and down. Now, at this point in time, the way I think, I don't know exactly who everybody is in here and what your level or your skill levels are, but I'm sure that we all can understand how to read that. Now, the way I read that, or I approach that to somebody who's not, their skills are not up to par with the reading, is I have them count at first. Okay, line number who's that, 14? I'm going to count it as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so now I'm going to have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now that's the first measure, and all the other 3 measures are the same. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the 16ths, 1E and the 2E and the 3, and I'm going to play that as a reference to accents. 3E and the 4E, 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4, 1E and the 2 and 3, 4, 1E and the 2 and 3, 4, 1E and the 2 and 3, 4E. Now, I'm not playing that blazingly fast because this is an instructional platform, not a performance platform, to show you how fast I can play it. It just doesn't make any sense to do that. It's just another thing to do, another approach in a different concept. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to play line 1. I don't know, maybe 130 is too fast. Is that too fast, gentlemen? That's 16s. I'm going to play line 13 and 14 over and over again. Here we go. 1. Is that too fast? I'll slow it down. 1, 2, ready. Too fast? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back, 2, and 4. Second measure. Third measure. Next line. Okay. And that's just another way to interpret the page. Straight up and down, using that as an accent. I'm not going to swing it today or play cut time. I'm going to do that at another lesson. Excuse me. Hold on. I am going to add 16th note triplets. Now, the first thing I need to do is establish with everyone is how I, okay, count 16th note triplets. There's a couple different ways to do this, but this really works for me because it's in unison with the exercise itself. A lot of guys count triplets as one triplet and triplet, two triplet and triplet. It's not a problem. That's a way to count it. I don't like to count like that. I count the 16th note triplets as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So when I'm counting that way, and I'm starting with my right hand lead. What happens is on the downbeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, my right hand is always there. On all the ends, the triplet starts with the left hand. So I have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now I'm going to play that line 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. This time with the 16th note triplet on the bottom, that as accents on the top. So I'll do the first line. 1, it's nice and slow. 3 and 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Again. So on and so forth. That's just a different way. The drum set applicator. What I'd like to tell you right now before I forget, as of the month of August, my streaming hours will be changing. And I'm going to be doing more streaming right now on YouTube with my website, live online lesson site. I'm going to be streaming on YouTube Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 1 p.m. and 8 p.m. Except Monday is going to be 8:30 p.m. So I'm going to stream Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday 2 times on those days. Now, what I want to do is I want to, instead of just doing the standard stick control book or the syncopation book or Joe Morell's master studies, I want to get into some rudimental drumming. Would you gentlemen like to have that happen? Breaking down the rudiments, the new names for the rudiments, the single 5 as opposed to the 5-stroke rough. Is that good with everybody? Okay. When I first studied rudiments, I'm not going to do anything like that today, but this is going to be coming up. As of, like I said, the first week of August, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m., except Monday, it's 8:30 p.m. So if you want to take note, you want to be coming and hanging out, everybody has my email. I will email you some sheets from my book, Rudimental Fun. Is that a flambic? Okay, I'll break that down. I was just going to say, when I first started to play rudimental, which I really don't now, well, we all do, we don't really realize it. Rudimental was with the drum corps. It's just a totally different kind of drumming, kind of posture than when you're playing a drum set. Okay? I mean, a 5-stroke roll, a 5-stroke rough is what it is, but the posture is somewhat different. So I want to address both of these issues, the drum corps kind of thing and the drum set kind of thing. I have the attitude now that there's only 3 kinds of rudiments. There's singles, doubles, and flams. and everything else is a combination of that. Okay, like a paradiddle, for example. Everybody talks about hybrid. What's a hybrid rudiment? Well, a hybrid rudiment is a combination of rudiments together. So if I have single strokes and I have double strokes, and I combine that, I have this paradiddle sticking, which, whether you realize it or not, gentlemen, is your first hybrid rudiment. So I don't even think about that. The reason why they have names is for communication reasons. You tell a drum line, all right, let's do some 5-stroke rolls. You don't tell them we're going to do 2 rights, 2 lefts, and a right, 2 lefts, or 2 rights and a left. You label it as the 5-stroke roll. Okay? Now, it's, like I said, a different kind of drumming. And when I first learned, I was in the drum corps. Then I went to a few other gentlemen for lessons. And we took it to Buddy Rich book. And back then, it was, I guess, 26 basic movements. And today, there's what, 40, 50, whatever? And, you know, it grows, I guess. And the names have changed. Okay? I actually studied the rudiments, the beginning of my rudimental journey for the drum set. It was with the Buddy Rich book. Now, if you gentlemen remember, I had Ted McKenzie on the Drum Talk. He revised the Buddy Rich book, and he did a great job. Yep, you're right. Absolutely. All 40 of them. Except singles and doubles. That's the first 2 rudiments. Then the flam. You have a flam. There's another gentleman who recently appeared on Facebook. Nice guy, man. And he's classically trained. And I listened to his videos and listened to him. I said, what is this guy talking about? Until I broke him down. What is this? Let me get my glasses. This is getting a little bit. Absolutely. Okay. What? He broke down a Swiss Army triplet. Now, when I teach a Swiss Army triplet, it's a flam, tap, tap. But he broke it down as. I said, what is that? Well, if you think about it, that's what you're doing when you're doing a Swiss Army triplet. We'll get more into that when we do the rudiments. But man, he did a great job. And I really like the guy, and I enjoy him. He's very humble, very peaceful, no arguments, and he's very gracious. Okay, so now we're going to get into the rudiments. What you guys should do, and I would appreciate it, if you tell your friends about this on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday now in the month of August, 1 p.m. and 8 p.m., except Monday, 8:30 p.m. Also, a few times in August, I will announce the dates. I have the great Mike Clark be hanging out. And Mike Clark and I, we're going to be discussing hand techniques, what his approach is, where he come from, what kind of things he did when he was younger, what he studies, what he practices. We're going to talk about concepts, song structures, whatever we talk about, we're going to hang out. And that's going to be pretty long lessons on this YouTube channel. The reality of the situation is I'm closing my site down for the month of August. And the reason being, I'm doing some reconstruction. It should be back and running September. Maybe the first Wednesday of September. The first Monday is Labor Day. All right, gentlemen, we have any questions? Anything you guys want to go over? I got you crazy with the rudiments. Renzo! Who's that? The Flaming Cutie. What's up? You want me to break that down for you, Renzo? Before we get into the Flaming Q, let's talk about the flam. And I come up with a nice exercise for the flam. What kind of flams are they? Now this is wide open. You know, a flam is a little grace note before the primary note. Now, I call it the primary note. You can call it the principal note, or you can call it the king note. All right, well, I'll give you first. All right, let me give you a flam exercise. And I have sheets on this if you need them. The kinds of flams. What that is a right-hand flam or a free-stroke flam. My left hand hits, then my right hand is very close. Almost as one. The objective of a flam is to make the sound fatter. Without a flam, with the flam. There's a very slight difference. So I have a that's an alternating flam, which puts me in position now to attack a left-hand flam. Alternating flams. So now I have a free-stroke flam on the left, and I have a downstroke flam. Now the downstroke flam is used for the diddles or whatever. So what I did is I come up with a combination from stick control book. You know your flams, you have the alternate, the right-hand flam, the left-hand flam. Okay? So let's start this exercise, or formula rather, at line 3. You have right, right, left, left. So R is going to be a right-hand flam, which would be this. L would be a left-hand flam, which is that. Okay, now I have two right hands flams in a row. However, the last flam I do, I need to position myself to attack the left. So I have a free stroke and alternate. Free stroke, alternate. Free stroke, alternate. Free stroke, alternate. You understand that, gentlemen? That'll help you, man. That'll read the flams. If I do line 5, the paradiddle sticky, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, left, I'm going to have 1 and 2 and left, right, left, left. It'll help you position in the flams. Well, the free one, you can call it the free. I call it the right hand flam. It's a free stroke. Example: when I'm doing a single paradiddle, no accent, or accent rather, and I want to put a flam in front of it, do a flamadiddle or flam paradiddle, it's down. It's a downstroke flam. Down, up, that, down, up, that. Okay? If I did a Swiss Army triplet, we all know what a Swiss Army triplet is. Gentlemen, it's a triplet, sticking pattern, right, right, left, right, right, left, with a flam in front of it. So it's a downstroke, up, tap. Now, you're playing these up tempo, and somebody is listening to you and say, boy, your doubles suck. Well, man, you got it going on. Watch. Sounds like terrible doubles. But it's a flam, a Swiss Army triplet. So on and so forth. Okay? Then the Swiss, the flam accent. It's just an alternating triplet with a flam in front of it. What I do is I use a formula for that one as well with the stick control book, and we will cover that. We'll cover all the 40 rudiments or 1,000 rudiments, or whatever you want to say or call it. Okay? But I just wanted to deal with the syncopation book today and the stick control book. Has everybody been exercising from the stick control book? Half strokes, full strokes, quarter strokes, the table of time, the triplets part section, the 30-second note section. Anybody want me to go over anything in particular from the stick control book or the table of time? You have been, Renzo. Good. Yep, yes, okay. All right, so we've been all working on that. Now, I used to, well, I still do. When I first started to do the stick control book in half strokes, you're good. Everybody's good except me, man. Well, the table of time is a good warm-up exercise, and I still only go up to sixes. Now, if I'm in the mood, I'll take the sevens, the eights, the nines, the tens. The 11s drive me crazy, and the 12s, my hands have to really be opened up because I subdivide the 12s. And we're also going to be doing some polyrhythms and whatever. I will put out on Facebook, if you gentlemen are on Facebook, or if you're on my mailing list, I will give you an agenda for the week. You want to get the stick control book, the syncopation book, Master Studies 1 and Master Studies 2. I've been working from accents and rebounds. The 11s are hard. I try to subdivide them. I don't really use them, and I'm sure that's going to help me somewhere. But like I said, if you're on the mailing list, let me give you my email so you can get on them. If you're not on the mailing list, get on it. And I'll give you the agenda for that week. Okay? So just email me, and I will send you the agenda starting the first week of August. Tell you what books, what pages. You could get your questions together and ask. We'll hang out and we'll have a good time. Especially with Mike Clark. He's just a great guy, man. He's just very humble, always willing to help if he can, or always much willing to learn. He's a very seasoned player. Okay, any questions on the stick control book? Anything you want me to do? Having problems with? Any pages? The triplets? One. Talk to me and I'll do it. 5 guys watching, only 2 guys. All right. Now, I've been practicing all morning and I'm a bit tired. I need to get some lunch and I definitely need a cigarette. Okay. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. So tell your friends if you want, or come back if you'd like. I will be working at a stick control book and syncopation tonight. Okay? Okay, Renzo. Renzo, where are you from? Renzo. Renzo. Okay. Switzerland. That's okay. All right. So 8 o'clock in Switzerland would be 1 o'clock in the morning, 1 a.m. Renzo. So 1 o'clock actually is a good time for you. All right. Well, 1 p.m. is a good time for you. That would be 6 p.m. your time. What time is it in Switzerland right now? So that's 1900. That's almost 7 o'clock. Okay. Well, then you could probably, unless you stay up late. Yeah. Okay. If you can make the lessons during the day, that'd be very good, like you're doing now. But if you can make them at night, that would be helpful. So email me, gentlemen, and I'll send you the agenda. And we'll work on some solos from. Let me show you what I have first. What I'm going to do is here's some of the books that I would like to work from. Let me see if I can get them up. Nope, not that. That's a table of time. There you go. That's 3 of them. That's the table of time. Now, these are the books. I want to work with, out of the syncopation book. The 100 is Charlie Wilcoxon and Buddy Rich. And these are the main books, I believe. Yeah. Stick control, accents and rebounds, master studies 1 and 2, and the level system. All right, gentlemen. So you guys have a great day, and email me so I put you on the mailing list, and I will send you the agenda for the week starting next week. Okay? Any questions before I close up? All right, we're all okay, right? No questions. All right, gentlemen, have a great day.